Hi, Mike from Mike's Guns and Bows, Spiker 4440. What I'm doing here today is I actually forgot to go pick up distilled water for my CPAP where I sleep with that night. So it's pretty late and no one wants to run out to the store, so I'm going to distill just enough water to fill up my CPAP for tonight until I could get another gallon tomorrow. So here's just the basic idea of distilling. Is we have a big aluminum pot and just enough water in there for where the bowl in the middle will sit and not float around, because you want it in the middle. You want it to sit there in the middle, and as it starts to boil it'll move around a little bit, but you don't want it to drift too far away, because we'll actually put this lid, once it starts to boil, we'll put this lid on inverted like so, and we'll put ice on the top, and as the steam comes up it'll turn back to condensate and drip down the handle and find the middle point and drip back down into the bowl. So we're not going to distill a whole lot. I mean, they have apparatuses that have like a top on it with a coil, and your coil would drip into a container as it condensed inside the copper coil, and usually they have something cooling effect onto that. So the water's going to start to boil here shortly, and we'll go ahead and put some ice on the top. So here we have the lid on. You want to make sure the lid's on pretty squarely. You don't want to lose too much of your vapor. And of course you want it to drip into the middle. So there's squared up and the ice is in the top. And of course the ice is going to melt, and you could add more ice to the water as it warms up. Of course you don't want to put too much in for you can't get to the top of the lid back off because it's filled with water. But we'll see what happens. Stand by. You can hear now that it's really coming to a full boil in there. It's really clicking, and you don't see much steam coming out of the sides. So hopefully that water is coming up to the lid, condensing and turning into droplets. A little bit more ice, keep that nice and cool. And as them droplets get heavy, they'll flow down to the center of the lid and get heavy enough and drop into our bowl. And we'll see how much we actually have when we're finished. Okay, we're still boiling here, and just to explain a little more how this works is the water is boiling and turns into steam, which is vapor, and the vapor comes up, leaving all the minerals and grime, dirt, metals, whatever's in the water, it leaves down below, because the vapor, it's too heavy to come up with the vapors. So the vapor comes up, like I said, and hits the coolness of the lid, turns into condensation. Of course you want to make sure all your pots and lids are clean, because you don't want to contaminate and destroy totally of what you're trying to get is pure distilled water. So a little bit, we'll take this lid off and see what we got and see if we have enough. If not, we'll continue. But we just need a little bit just to run my CPAP overnight. Okay, we're going to add a little more ice just to keep that cool. And recenter our lid here, as we don't want that water going into the boiling water. There we are. And what we'll probably do is give that a good tap. We'll give that a good tap when we're finished, and we'll see how much of the condensate we have. You could do this on a much larger scale, or we'll come up with an idea with a bigger catch basin in the middle, and something if you wanted to actually make it for drinking, or just making more of the finished product, the distilled water. But this what I'm doing is just for a couple of cups. So we'll see what we have. Okay, so now we're going to bring in my assistant to the mad scientist here. And like I said, we only been doing this for about, I don't know, 3 minutes maybe. And like I said, I only need a little bit just to get through the CPAP for tonight. But like I said, you could do this on a larger scale if you wanted to make some drinking water or just more, product. All right, here's my mad scientist assistant. Okay, you gotta watch because everything's gonna be hot. And we'll take the lid off. Just give it a little tap for any of the condensation that might still be on there. We don't want to lose it. You can see almost all that ice melted. And go ahead and take a look in that. There's distilled water.
Oh, I see.
That's all distilled, pure distilled water in the middle. Now that's almost what I need just to run the CPAP. Like I said, that was about 3 minutes, so it takes a while. I mean, a pinch, it'll work. Like you said, if you come up with a bigger idea, much larger scale, you could distill your own water, but it's, it's not that easy. You got all this vapor coming up, is pure steam, and like I said, it hits the top of this and then runs back down until the bowl is condensate. I'm just going to do it a little more. Just to get enough for my CPAP machine tonight. We have our bowl we removed from the pot of boiling water. Now, of course, we have a mitt on because this bowl is very hot. It was sitting in the middle of the boiling water, and it's only a few minutes of work, but we'll see how much we actually got. So we got about a cup of water. A cup of water, just exactly what I needed for filling my CPAP unit for tonight. So pure distilled water, we'll let that cool. Let's set it off to the side, we'll let it cool, and we'll put it in our machine. And like I said, for drinking, it'd take an awful lot of effort to make enough water to drink. But if you come up with a bigger scale machine or boiling apparatus of some type, you could probably do it, but it's cheaper to buy. Alright, thanks for watching again. Spiker 4440, Mike's Guns and Bows. Thanks.